Welcome back to Nielsen Park here, just 10 minutes north of Centennial College's Progress campus. It's game 2 of a doubleheader between the Centennial Colts and the Sioux Cougars. The Centennial Colts making easy work of the Cougars in game 1 with an 8-0 victory in which the pitching staff of Ciaviello, Mori, and Chard threw a combined no-hitter over 7 innings. Riley, going into game 2 here, what do the Colts need to do to keep the pressure on the Cougars?
Well, Zach, you talk about no-hitters, and Liam Oates, your starting pitcher here in game 2, is the only pitcher in the history of the Colts men's baseball program to throw a no-hitter himself. He did it last season. So you talk about that could maybe be a factor here today. He doesn't give up a ton of hits. But for Centennial as a team, they just got to continue working. I really liked how they waited for their pitch last game, and I think just continue to keep that mindset, keep that game plan, and I think they'll be successful here again. Liam Oates, one of the premier pitchers in the OCAA, led the entire league last season in innings pitched with 36 in 6 appearances, went 5-1 with an ERA of 1.36. Doesn't have the highest strikeout numbers. This is a guy that likes to induce contact, and that's what he's going to try and do today as the Cougars are going to try and regroup. Yeah, definitely. I really liked the Cougars' approach for the last, couple innings there. I thought they were a lot more poised at the plate. So I'm eager to see how they approach this game. So lineups have been shuffled a little bit for this game. A lot of players remaining in their same spots as game 1. But for the Centennial Colts, Jacob Little will be appearing in this game at second base. He's one of the new recruits. He's a Brampton, Ontario native, 6'3", big guy coming in. Luke Ciaviello, the pitcher from game 1, will make his return to the batting lineup. He will be hitting 6th and in the DH spot today. Robbie Salerno and Josh Savoie have swapped positions, so it will be the southpaw catcher. It's very rare, but we have a left-handed catcher in Salerno behind the plate, with Savoie taking duties at first, and it's going to be Mark Chamberlain, who played short in game 1, who will be DHing this one for the Cougars as the first pitch by Oates on the outside corner for a strike, and we are underway in game number 2 of this doubleheader on Coltsnet Live. I am Zachary Freeman, joined alongside Riley Mulvihill, excited to bring you the action here as the 0-1 pitch is delivered by Oates. That's going to be fouled off into left field and into the trees. The count is 0-2. Yeah, Zach, you mentioned the fact that it's a left-handed catcher here. It should be interesting to see how that plays out because we saw a lot of pickoff attempts and even some successes in the first game. So we'll see how the left-handed arm ends up impacting the runners from the Sioux. Pitch is high, 1-2, and Riley, you mentioned easier to pick off. The throw down to first might be a little bit easier, but if runners get into scoring position for the Sioux, we'll see if they try to steal third base as time is called by the hitter Chamberlain. Yeah, as definitely more risky on that third base side. Salerno would have to turn his complete body. Most of the reason why you mostly see right-handed catchers. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oates sitting down the first hitter of the game and making me look terrible by saying he's not a strikeout guy. Gets a strikeout on the first hitter of the game. Hey, he's a different guy this year. So 1 out, and it's going to be Aiden Russell. Aiden Russell, who will catch this game. Russell, of course, played left field in the first game, going 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in that one. Our catcher here is out there early on in this game. Definitely has something important he wants to communicate to his pitcher. Salerno with a game plan here for Oates, trying to get going early, get into a rhythm. The first pitch to Russell. That one is grounded to Jacob Little, who gets his first play with the Colts. That's an easy play to Savoie for the second out of the inning. Yeah, definitely an exciting moment for Jacob Little.
With 2 outs now, Hayden Valle staying in the number 3 spot, still playing first base in this one. The first pitch from Oates. That is a breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. Suns come out a lot more here for game 2. Players will definitely be able to feel the heat a little bit more in this one. As the 1-0 pitch called for a strike on the lower outside corner.
Yeah, I won't complain about the sun here when we're going to be sitting here in mid-October and freezing. So I'll take it as it comes.
The pitch outside. 2-1 the count. Sioux probably looking to take some more pitches this game, as last game there were some very quick innings.
Definitely, yeah, and I think that's something Centennial, like I mentioned, did better than Sioux last game. They knew what they wanted to hit, and I think Sioux walked up there with not as much of a game plan.
Ball in the dirt, called for ball 3. So 2 outs here in the top of the first. Game 2 of doubleheader action between the Centennial Colts and the Sioux Cougars. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That will make the count full at 3-2. Oates trying to get out of the first inning unscathed. The payoff pitch coming in now. That is on the outside corner, and a delayed call for strike 3 gets Valle looking, and that will end the first. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down for the Centennial Colts. The Colts will be up to bat. It'll be Owen Nichols leading off for the Colts when we come back. We're back in Nielsen Park, about to start the bottom of the first. It's 0-0 after a 3 up, 3 down first inning for Liam Oates on the hill for the Colts. On the mound today for the Cougars in game number 2, it's going to be Owen Denard, the right-hander from Sault Ste. Marie in his second year with the club. Last season in 9 appearances, all in relief. He had an 0-1 record and an ERA of 7.18, which was good for second best on the team last year. His K per 9, strikeout per 9 numbers are around the same as Liam Oates. Looking to induce some contact, hoping that his fielders behind him can do the trick today. What is the key for Denard in this start?
Yeah, like you said, he is one of the best on the team, right? So I think it's smart having him go the second game. He's a confident guy, so that's definitely something that's going to help out Sioux after a bit of a disappointing first game. But I think the key for him is to really, I would say, honestly use his pitch repertoire and maybe paint the corners, kind of fool those Centennial hitters a bit.
Owen Nichols leads off for the Colts, and it's bobbled by the second baseman, Colin Sirois, advancing to first on the error for a leadoff is Owen Nichols. Nichols moving to short this game, playing the last game at second base. It's an E4 on the scorecard, 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the first for the Centennial Colts, as Riley Briggs remains in right field and hits second this game. Running on the first pitch is Nichols, and he makes it in standing up as the ball in the dirt, just a little too much there for Aiden Russell.
Centennial's been hot on the base pass today. I don't even know what number steal that is today.
It's 5 or 6, I would imagine.
I've lost count. There's been so many, but they're really using that to their advantage, which is excellent.
1-0 pitch is outside. ball 2. We'll see with Nichols' speed if they try to take third base early in this one. They went for it more than a couple times in the first game.
Yeah, kind of goes back to that that just idea that they're confident about it now. They've tested that out against this team here, and they know they're able to accomplish it.
Ball was low. 3-0 now the count to the second hitter, Briggs. Briggs hits the 3-0 pitch. Nice play there, and converting was Sirois, making up for that error. Gets it to Valle for the nice play, stretching to his left. The play, however, does advance Nichols to third.
Yeah, that'll make Sirois feel good, especially after a not-so-great start to this inning.
Sometimes it's the really difficult plays that we always make and the easy ones that we just think a little bit too much about, as Josh Savoie takes a first pitch strike on the curveball.
Yeah, that was a crazy curve there. It looked like it was going to be way high, but it finds its way into the strike zone.
As I mentioned earlier, Savoie moving to first base in this game, caught in the first game. Nichols taking more than a couple steps towards the plate with each pitch. Gotta look out for a potential throwdown.
Yeah, Savoie had a good day at the plate in the first game and called a really good game as well. Obviously combined no-hitter, and he was the catcher that was a part of that.
Outside, good block there by the catcher, Russell, keeping the runner at third. Count is 3-1. Denard with the delivery. That one is fouled just past first base by Savoie, and that will make the count 3-2.
Savoie's really worked the counts here today. Fouled a lot of balls off here today.
Savoie slaps one into right. That's going to get down for extra bases. Nichols will score easily from first. Savoie heading to second, and he is going to stay there with a stand-up double. A nice job putting it the opposite way, taking what he was given, Riley.
I know, I'm really impressed with Savoie today. He's waited for his pitch. He knows exactly what he wants. He's worked those pitchers to throw a few more pitches than they probably want to, and then he just unloads on what he thinks is gonna get down for a hit, and he has really capitalized on his opportunities so far today.
So it's Kevin Akiyama who goes around on the first pitch in the dirt. Count is 0-1. Akiyama will be playing left field this game. He was in the DH slot in game number 1. Akiyama going 2 for 4 in game number 1 today with a pair of singles. Savoie on second with 1 out here as Akiyama takes strike 2 on the outside half. The 0-2 pitch. That one's hit back to the pitcher, bobbled a little. Savoie unable to advance, and Denard able to make the throw in time to Hayden Valle for out number 2. Savoie remains at second.
Yeah, really nice play by Denard. Obviously, it ate him up a little bit there to start out, but a really strong throw just nabs the runner.
So that'll bring up Robbie Salerno. Salerno with an incredible first game defensively at first base, also added a hit in game number 1 today. He will step in the box. The first pitch to Salerno is swung on and missed. A breaking ball inside that was actually caught for a foul tip. Denard looking confident early. Yes, the Colts do have a run, but he is executing his pitches and getting to his spots. That ball is popped up. Going for it is the third baseman, Forsey, who makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So the Colts get 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the 2. It'll be Travis Rainey, Jordan Ritchie, and Dylan Rudge up for the Cougars when we come back right after this. Welcome back to Nielsen Park in Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Centennial Colts and the Sioux Cougars. Zachary Freeman and Riley Mulvihill here from behind home plate, as it will be Travis Rainey, the right fielder, leading off for the Cougars in the top of the second. The first pitch from Liam Oates is a little outside for ball one.
Yeah, Liam with a really quick top half of the first. He's looking to continue that here.
The 1-0 pitch, tried to get a little more on that one, just overextended a little bit. Pitch goes way outside, 2-0. The 2-0 delivery from Oates. That one is going to be fouled way out of play. Count is now 2-1. Like we said, Oates, one of the premier pitchers in the OCAA, actually played shortstop in the first game. You got to think, Riley, wouldn't you want to rest a guy and put him at DH when he has to pitch a full game, maybe just, 30 minutes after game one ends?
Yeah, who knows? That could have been a conversation between him and coach saying, hey, put me wherever because I'm good to go. So definitely I agree with you that you would think that it could be a DH type situation, but I really love how he is a massive contributor to this team in more ways than one, and he is continuing his good start here.
Pitch was swung on and missed. The count is now full with the payoff pitch coming from Oates to Rainey. Swing and a miss, strike three. Third strikeout of the game for Oates. One out here in the top of the second, 1-0 for the Centennial Colts. So that'll bring up Jordan Ritchie, who also played in game one, also in center field, moving a few spots up the lineup. Went 0 for 2 in game number one. Pitch from Oates. That one is hit well into right center field. Making a play on it are the right fielder and center fielder, but it will be the right fielder, Riley Briggs, making the play. 2 outs here, top of the second.
Yeah, Liam once again working through this lineup pretty quickly. Last game, the first 2 innings went quite long, so this is a nice change in pace.
Dylan Rudge now at the plate for the Cougars. Caught the first game, will be playing left field, so a bit easier on the knees this game. Takes the first pitch high, count is 1-0.
Now, it's nice as a catcher, too, when you don't have to deal with the lineup changes and how you're going to call the game against a particular hitter. It's nice that they have the ability to switch between catchers because it just lessens not only the physical load but also the mental load.
Fastball there was right down the pipe for a strike. It's 1-1. Strike 2 called on the outside corner, so 1-2 here. 2 outs with Rudge at the plate, top of the second. Rudge, another one of those first-year players on this Sioux College squad, which is in their second season as he takes a ball there. Count is now 2-2.
Yeah, Liam not quite hitting his spots here early on, but it hasn't seemed to affect him too much as of yet.
Count's now full 3-2 after that high and outside fastball. The 3-2 2-out pitch. That one is hit into right field. It is tracking. It's going deep, but making the catch along the warning track. That is once again Riley Briggs. 2 plays from Briggs there, and that will end the top half of the second inning. No runs on no hits again for the Sioux College Cougars. They have now gone 9 consecutive innings against the Colts today without recording a hit. On the fly out to the right fielder, Briggs will be back with the Centennial Colts coming up to bat with Luke Ciaviello leading off right after this. Welcome back to Nielsen Park as we've got Luke Ciaviello coming to the plate to lead off the home half of the second for the Centennial Colts. And we talked a lot about Ciaviello as a pitcher. What we didn't get much to in the first broadcast is what he can do as a hitter, and that was evident in Game 1 for the Colts. In Game 1, Ciaviello going 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs in that extra innings victory. He takes the second pitch high in the same spot for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Ciaviello.
Yeah, definitely. He had an excellent game there. Should be very proud of the start of his play. Worth noting, though, that even though 5 RBI, 4-hit day that first game, he also made 3 errors. So that's one to keep an eye on.
The error is not of much concern as he's DHing today as Ciaviello hits one into left center field, but it'll be caught by the center fielder Richie for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up another member of the new recruiting class, Jacob Little, playing second base today. Little looking for one of his first opportunities as a Centennial Colt here, taking on Owen Daynard.
Yeah, Jacob Little, he is from right around here in the GTA from Brampton.
As he takes strike 1 on the inner half of the plate. Daynard set with the 0-1 pitch. That is outside for ball 1. In Game 2, you're getting to see a lot of these younger guys for the Colts. I mean, the Colts are incredibly proud of their recruiting class this year. 7 new players, 3 on the active roster currently, as that is fouled off by Little, making the count 1-2.
Yes, Coach Anderson was very, very ecstatic to talk about them. He just really said about how impressed he was at training camp of how well they were doing.
As that ball is grounded to third by Little, the throw gets away from the first baseman, and advancing to second on the error is going to be Little. So Little advancing, not sure if he would have gotten there on the throw. We will call it an E5 on the third baseman there on the throw. That third baseman, of course, is Matthew Forsey for the Cougars. Little getting to second, so a runner in scoring position for the Colts as Cameron James comes into the box. James back in center field, was in center field for the first game as well. Pitch from Daynard. That one's in the dirt. Good block there from the catcher, Russell.
Centennials just kept the pressure on all day on these Sioux Cougars. They almost had, not every inning in the first game, but almost had someone on base every inning, and here they are once again starting that again.
The delivery by Daynard is weakly hit to shortstop. Nice play there by the shortstop in Liam Nordby, getting the out at first for the second out of the inning. However, moving to third is Jacob Little.
Third baseman number 15, Ethan Ballin.
So in the number 9 spot again, it is Ethan Ballin back at third base for this game. In the first game, he went 0 for 4 from the plate. Apologies, 0 for 3 with a walk, as first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Two outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Centennial Colts. Man on third. Pitch is high for ball 2. Daynard trying to get these Centennial hitters to chase a little bit more this game. Most doing a good job of staying disciplined as that changeup's in there for a strike.
Yeah, definitely. The chase rate percentage was down on the Colts last game. So that's something that Daynard's going to look to try and change about their approach towards the pitching.
The outside pitch called a ball. Daynard with the delivery. outside for ball 4, so runners on the corners here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Ballin gets on with a walk. That brings up the top of the order again in Owen Nichols. Got on base via an error his first at-bat on the second baseman. On that ball hit up the middle, was able to steal second and would eventually score on the Josh Savoie double.
Yeah, Owen Nichols getting plenty of opportunities here today with the lineup being turned over so often in between the first game and so far the second game. Him hitting in leadoff, he's just getting at bat after at bat.
Denard trying to get Ballin to feel a little uncomfortable at first base, throwing over there. Runners going on the first pitch. That's going to make it into the gap. That's going to score a run from third. A bobble there by the right fielder. And going home is going to be Ballin. The play's going to be close. He slides in, and he is safe. 2 runs on the play for the Centennial Colts, expanding the lead to 3-0. I'm not sure what happened there in right field.
To me, it looked as though he just misjudged diving to make the play. It looked like, to me, it almost hit his chest area and bounced off. So just a missed dive. I think just dove a little too late, honestly, and it cost them a run, unfortunately.
So Travis Rainey missing the play as Nichols will get the single on the play, scoring 2 with an error, with probably an error on the right fielder as well.
Oh, missed throw here, but no capitalization for the Colts as there's a dive back in.
Good job by the pitcher there, Denard, to cover for the missed throw. It's like following your own rebound in basketball. Runner going, pitch outside, good throw here, but a dropped ball by the shortstop, Nordby. That probably would have gotten Nichols out at second base. Instead, he has a stolen base for himself.
Yeah, what an excellent throw by the catcher. Great effort, but just on the receiving end, it wasn't able to be caught.
Nichols maybe a little shaken up, grabbing his wrist, but he seems to be okay out at second base. So now another runner in scoring position. 2 runs already in the inning, 3 in the game for the Centennial Colts, 2 outs in the inning. Briggs smacks one into center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Rounding third is Nichols. The throw to the plate is going to be cut off by the first baseman. Still getting in, though, is Nichols on the relay. Staying at first is Briggs. It's an RBI single, and it is 4-0 for the Centennial Colts.
Yeah, they definitely would have had a chance to throw him out if it wasn't for the relay cut off by the first baseman, but most likely it wouldn't have probably made it to home anyways. So smart play by the first baseman, so it didn't roll to the backstop.
So Josh Savoie makes his second at-bat of the day. Of course, he had that RBI double in the first. First pitch is high for ball 1, and Savoie getting those opportunities today. Of course, we mentioned earlier in the first game, one of only 2 Centennial Colts starters not to record a hit in that opening game. He's got 3 here today. Second pitch is called on the outside corner for a strike, evens the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, he'll definitely be happy with his production so far.
The runner at first is Briggs after his RBI single. Pitch gets away from the catcher, but good play by Russell to get to it quickly. Briggs stays at first on the wild pitch.
Yeah, Russell doing a good job of blocking.
Count is 2-1. Denard in the stretch delivery. Runner is going. The throw is a bouncer that's going to roll in to second base, and another stolen base here for the Centennial Colts as Briggs swipes second.
Yeah, just really great how they're able to capitalize on that. I know I've said that time and time again, but that's really not really been the difference in today's game because the first game was an 8-0 win, but just it helps so much when you're able to pad your lead with stolen bases and getting yourself into scoring position.
That ball by Savoie fouled out of play. The count's now 2-2. 2 outs with a runner on second here in the bottom of 2. Yeah, a bit of a long inning here for Denard, but
we'll see how that plays out if somebody ends up warming up in the pen.
Runner is going to third. The outside pitch stretches Russell to his right, so unable to make a throw. Savoie also gets a walk on the play, so we've got runners on the corner in the bottom of the second, still 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring up Kevin Akiyama for his second at-bat of the game. He grounded out to the pitcher, his first time up this game.
Left fielder number 31, Kevin Akiyama.
If you look at Daynard this game, Daynard's been hitting his spots and doing well. Is it a matter of, you know, a lesser pitching effort, or is it just how good these Centennial Colts hitters are at the plate that's causing the 4-0 lead right now?
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. He is hitting his spots and he's playing well. The Colts are just playing that much better. They're waiting for their pitches. They're taking pitches they don't want to swing at. And unfortunately, the defense behind Daynard has not been good. So that makes a massive difference. If just 1 or 2 of those plays were made, he would be out of this inning right now.
Pitch by it's lined. It goes over the shortstop into left field. Akiyama with the hit there. It also brings in Riley Briggs to score.
Yeah, weird bounce over shortstop Liam Nordby. Just bounced over his head. There's nothing you could really do about that one.
So Savoie advances to second. Briggs score. It's 5-0 for the Colts. Akiyama with the single, and that will bring up Robbie Salerno, the left-handed batter, with 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Not even a mound visit so far for Daynard. Just shows you that what we're saying might be true, is that he is hitting his spots. The Colts are just hitting him really well today. As a wild pitch, we thought the runners were going to go. They had to retreat pretty quickly. Diving back into first was Akiyama. Counts 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely what you said is right. And I give full props to Daynard, because it can be definitely frustrating being out there and feel like you should be out of this inning already, and you're just throwing extra pitches and making yourself tired and maybe shortening your outing ultimately.
Salerno takes the inside pitch for ball 2. Counts now 2-0. Daynard getting set in his stretch. The pitch high for ball 3. 3-0 count now to Salerno. Chance to load the bases here, or maybe even drive in runs with a hit. The 3-0 pitch is called on the outside corner for a strike. 3-1 the count. Bottom 2, 5-0 Colts. Colts have outscored the Cougars today 13-0. Ball 4 is taken by Salerno. He will take his free pass to first base, which will load up the bags for Luke Ciaviello. Sorry, it's getting used to it. First time out here. Luke Ciaviello, the first-year player, the pitcher from Game 1, will be making his second at-bat of the inning, as we've gone all the way around after the walk by Salerno. The first pitch is a sweeping curveball, slowed it down, and way early on it was Ciaviello trying to pick up on a first pitch fastball.
As a fellow pitcher himself, he will definitely want to try and help out his pitcher in Game 2 by maybe scoring a couple of these players.
He will swing on the outside pitch there for strike 2, down quickly 0-2 here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And that is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. Bit of a wider zone here in the second inning, but that ends a very good inning for the Centennial Colts, scoring 4 runs in the inning. We'll be going to the top of the third next, where will be the number 7 hitter Liam Nordby leading off for the Cougars right after this.
For the Colts in the bottom of the second. 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. After 2, the Colts lead it 5-0.
Welcome back to Nielsen Park, where the Centennial Colts are taking on the Sioux Cougars. It is the top of the third. Liam Oates pitching 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. It is 9 consecutive innings now today, where the Sioux Cougars have yet to record a hit. It's going to be Liam Nordby leading off. Liam did not play in Game 1 for the Cougars today. He is taking shortstop responsibilities from Mark Chamberlain. First pitch is down in the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, not the best half inning probably for him at short, so he's going to want to shake that off a bit and just focus on hitting right now and getting that first hit here for Sioux.
Pitch catches the inside corner. It's a 1-1 count to the lefty Nordby. Oates is set and ready for the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2 on the inside half. Way to run the pitch in by Oates there.
Nordby goes out of the batter's box, just kind of regroup.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. Good job by Salerno not to let that one go into the dirt. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. It is also Oates' 4th strikeout of the game, to which, again, I will say, he's making me look terrible when I say he's not a strikeout guy with 4 already, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, he was so dominant last year that maybe he's looking for a different way to perfect his game.
Absolutely,
his
as
game.
strike 1 is called right down the middle there. This is now Matthew Forsey, who also did not make an appearance in Game 1, playing 3rd base. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and Forsey is down quickly.
Yeah, Oates being really efficient here so far in this game.
Forsey, one of the 2nd-year players in this program from the Sioux, as the 0-2 pitch is about to come in. That is going to be a called 3rd strike. Not the most animated of calls from the umpire.
No, definitely not.
So we really have to pause for a split second, but that is in fact strike 3, and that is going to be the 5th strikeout for Oates, the 2nd consecutive. Gets that one looking, as it's going to be the number 9 hitter, Colin Sirois, who retains his responsibilities at 2nd base from game number 1. First pitch is high inside, 1-0. If you're Coach Mike LaBelle right now, what do you tell your team when you haven't gotten a hit in so long? What do they need to do in the box as strike 1's taken?
Honestly, just keep, even though today is today and, you know, you maybe haven't played the best, I think there's room for improvement all the time. So I think just focus on the small things that they can change within a game, and then look to it as a broader aspect after this game, of course. Speaking of Mike LaBelle, he was interviewed before the season started. And he talked about continuous improvement being a fundamental principle that they emphasized within the team. So I think just he's going to say, okay, maybe that wasn't your best at-plate appearance, or that air wasn't the best, but, you know, just keep improving, learn from your mistakes, and keep working towards the ultimate goal, which for them, they would like to make the playoffs this year. Obviously, this season hasn't gotten off to the greatest start for them, but that's still in reach.
That ball is ripped into center field, but it is going to be caught by Cameron James, which will end the inning. And that keeps it now extends it to 10 straight no-hit innings for the Cougars against these Centennial Colts. So it's 9 up, 9 down for Liam Oates with no runs on no hits in that inning. It's going to be Jacob Little leading off for the Centennial Colts. It is 5-0 as we head to the home half of the third. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Colts Net Live. I'm Zachary Freeman alongside Riley Mulvihill, bringing you Centennial Colts baseball action here from Nielsen Park. It's the second game of a doubleheader with the Sioux Cougars. 5-0 Colts as we head to the home half of the third. It's going to be the second baseman, Jacob Little, leading it off here for the Colts. The left-handed batter steps in to the box. Owen Daynard still on the hill for Sioux, as strike one is taken there on the breaking ball. Daynard giving up 5 runs already in this one. Coach Mike Labeldo confident in his pitcher, as that one is hit well into the gap. The center fielder, Jordan Ritchie, is under it, and he's going to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, a little bit different of a game here in terms of where the balls are being hit. A lot more deep fly balls here.
Well, if I'm also feeling correctly along my back, the wind appears to be pushing out towards the outfield. Balls are going to be carrying a lot further. Maybe we'll even see a home run in this game. That seemed like it was well hit. I just didn't think it was going to get all the way back. Of course, center field here, 405 feet, as that one is smacked down the left field line, but it's curling foul. That one had what it took, just did not stay inside the lines. That is Cameron James who ripped that first pitch foul. The pitch from Daynard. Inside. Not going around there. The appeal confirms that. Is James. Count now 1-1.
That looked to be a slow curve there.
James takes the outside pitch, 2-1. Quite a big park here at Nielsen. 330 to left, 405 feet to center, and 325 to the right field pole. As James pops this up into center field, under it is the center fielder, Ritchie, and he makes another catch. 2 outs here. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the third. Still 5-0 Colts. Ethan Ballin coming back up to the plate for his second appearance. Walked and scored in his first time up in the second inning. First pitch from Daynard is a curveball that catches the outside corner for strike one. Second pitch is a swing and a miss low in the zone for strike two. Ballon down 0-2 early in the count.
Yeah, a lot cleaner of an inning so far here.
That one just a bit outside. That one's going to be called a ball off the outer half. 1-2 the count here to the number 9 hitter for the Colts. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. That's going to even the count up at 2-2. Good job there by Aiden Russell to pop up to get that one. The pitch gets fouled off. Just getting a piece of it was balanced, so he stays alive here. Count still 2-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. We have action in the bullpen for the Sioux Cougars, as a ball is taken by Ballon. Avery Calioma, the right-handed pitcher, is in the bullpen working, as is Brad Curry, as that one is popped up to shallow left field. 3 guys converge. It is dropped by the shortstop. A tough play there for Liam Nordby. Good job to keep the ball with him, though. Keeps the runner at first base, but Ballon picks up the first hit, and he's the first base runner here for the Colts. I'm doing it to myself again. In the third inning here, as Owen Nichols at the top of the order will make his third at-bat of the game. First pickoff attempt goes into right field, and maybe going to third on this will be Ballon, and he is going to make it into third on the wild pickoff attempt. That's going to be an error on the pitcher on the throw.
I'm sure that's something that is going to be talked about at length after today's outings, because that has been a similar trend, unfortunately, for the Sioux Cougars, because they have just not been doing well with those pickoff attempts. They've often been mishandled by the first baseman and or errant throws, so that will probably be something that they hope to work towards. That is a better thing for them moving forward.
You're absolutely right about that, Riley. It's not just the fact that the throws are being missed, it's that they're being missed and runners are able to advance. So the Colts are essentially being given free bases by the Cougars on these errant throws. As the pitch from Daynard is lined into center field, that's going to get down for a base hit, and that is going to score Ballon from third, making it 6-0 for the Colts on the hit by Nichols.
And you talk about free bases, there you go again. That would have been just a move up to second base, maybe third base, not that run having been scored. And with 2 outs, that's a big deal.
So Nichols picks up his second hit of the game, and he will be the sole runner on base for Riley Briggs, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Going on the first pitch is Nichols. It's a line drive into right field, just past the glove of the first baseman, Valle. Going to third on the play was Nichols, and staying at first is Briggs. Briggs with a hard liner that Valle just wasn't able to trap. Still 6-0 here for the Colts in the bottom of the third, with runners on the corners, and don't be surprised if Briggs goes on the first pitch here, trying to get 2 runners into scoring position here with 2 outs in the home half of 3. It's now Josh Savoie, who has a walk and a hit in this one. Savoie looking to get a second, maybe his third RBI of the game, as that one's grounded to the third baseman through the legs, though, and scoring on the play. Safe all around as Forsey. That one just squeaks right through the 5-hole. It's an E5 to score Nichols from third. Briggs advancing to second on the play as well.
Now, left fielder number 31, Devin Akiyama.
Riley, with Kevin Akiyama coming to the plate, the mistakes seem to be starting to compound for the Cougars in this one.
It was a pretty quick, or rather quick, 2 outs.
Double steal, ball actually on the throw, hits Briggs in the helmet.
That's our second double steal of the day today. Hopefully Briggs is okay.
They're going to take a second just to check on Briggs. Obviously, with the contact to the head, he gives the thumbs up. We're all good, and a second double steal for the Colts today. The 1-0 pitch to Akiyama. Inside for ball 2. Again, Akiyama DH the first game, playing left field in this one, getting a chance to stretch his legs. The pitch outside for ball 3, 3-0 count, and with first base open, you got to think Akiyama will be thinking take all the way here.
Definitely. I mean, there's no pressure to score these runs. You're up 7-0.
The delivery from Denard. That one's actually swung on. It's grounded to the second baseman, and it's going to be made by Sirois to Valle. That will end the inning on 4-3 on the putout, but the Colts do manage to score 2 runs on 2 hits with a couple of errors out there by the Cougars. It is 7-0, my mistake, as we head to the 4th inning. We'll be right back after this.
For the Colts in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. They now lead it 7-0.
Welcome back to Nielsen Park. It's the top of the 4th with the top of the order in Mark Chamberlain, the DH, coming up to bat. He struck out swinging his first time at the plate. Liam Oates still on the mound. 9 up, 9 down. Of course, in game 1, there was a combined no-hitter thrown by 3 Colts pitchers over the 7 innings.
Yeah, it's always impressive when a pitcher can come out and still be effective after sitting for so long. So let's hope Liam can do the same as he did last inning.
Ball is taken low, evening the count up at 1-1. The pitch from Oates is swung on and missed. That's a foul tip for strike 2. Oates just smooth sailing right now, in rhythm. Seems like he looks very comfortable out there today.
I mean, who wouldn't be confident? He was one of the best pitchers in the OCAA last year.
Pitch was a bit high there. Count is 2-2. The 2-2 delivery from Oates. That is in there. However, home plate umpire thought it was a bit low. Fills the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Chamberlain to start the 4th inning. The payoff pitch. That one is grounded to first. Savoie fields it. He's going to give it off to Oates, who's going to complete the play. 3-1 on the putout. Chamberlain sits down. 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
That's number 5, Aiden Russell.
So that brings Aiden Russell, the catcher, into the box. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 1st inning. Getting his 2nd at-bat here against Liam Oates. First pitch from Oates is popped up.
That is sky high.
That's going to the shortstop. That is Owen Nichols making the play on the pop-out. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And once again, Liam Oates making quick work of these Cougar hitters.
First baseman number 12, Aiden Valle.
So Valle will be up for his 2nd plate appearance. Struck out looking on the first one. So correction, we actually have a lineup substitution. This is Will Neville's in now for Valle. Neville's was the DH in game 1, probably going to get some reps at first base for Valle. Pitch is swung on and missed by Neville's.
Will Neville.
The pitch from Oates. That is swung on and missed. So once again, 3 up, 3 down for Oates. It has been 12 batters that have come up for the Cougars, and 12 batters have walked back to the dugout. It is 6 strikeouts now on the day for Oates as we are halfway through the 4th inning. 7-0 Colts. It'll be Robbie Salerno leading things off in the home half of the 4th when we come back.
You could have been us. You're like, I gotta get out of here.
Welcome back to Nielsen Park in Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Centennial Colts and the Sioux Cougars. We have a pitching change for the Cougars. Coming in for Owen Daynard is Carter Gallivan, the right-hander. Daynard finishes his day pitching 3 innings with 7 hits, allowing 7 runs with 4 walks and just 1 strikeout. Not the best performance from Daynard, but like we were saying earlier, Riley, he was still hitting his spots. These Centennial Colts, though, have come out to play in the batter's box here in the second half of this doubleheader.
Yeah, he definitely was. I wouldn't call that a necessarily terrible outing. But I do give him a lot of props because it is really difficult to continue pitching and not get frustrated when there is defensive errors behind you. So I give him props for continuing to maintain his cool and get through the order as best as he could.
So Gallivan will have a tall task here to start the 4th as the 3 up are Salerno, Ciaviello, and Jacob Litto. First pitch is grounded by Salerno. This is going to be a close play. Taking a while to field the ground ball was the first baseman. Catcher gets the errant throw to second base. Here's the play. Sliding in there safely is Salerno. First baseman there. That's Will Neville's in to replace Valle gets tested immediately, a little slow there on the ground ball and just tried to hurl one to first base, unable to make the play. It'll be an error on the third baseman with extending from first to second was Salerno. That'll bring up Luke Ciaviello.
Yeah, great job by Salerno to pick up on that really quickly. He did take a bit of a risk sliding in head first. It looked like he went in pretty hard, but he looks to be okay.
So Luke Ciaviello is at the plate. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Runner on second here, still none out in the home half of the fourth inning. 7-0 Colts. The pitch from Gallivan. That one is fouled off, evening the count at 1-1. Ciaviello 0 for 2 in this game with both of his at-bats coming in the second inning when the Colts batted around scoring 4. Flew out to the center fielder and then struck out swinging for the final out of that inning. Gallivan's delivery. That is swung on and missed by Ciaviello, bringing the count to 1-2. Getting set is Gallivan. The 1-2 pitch. That is outside and called strike 3. Just nipping the outside corner there was Gallivan for his first strikeout and the first out of this fourth inning. Salerno still remaining at second. So Jacob Little now coming into the box, the second baseman. Got on base in the second via an error by the third baseman. Then flew out to center field in the third. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, it looks to be that this is Gallivan's first time out this year in a pitching role.
The 0-1 pitch. That's just a little bit low. Count now 1-1. On our roster sheet, Gallivan not marked as a pitcher, so maybe
No, marked as a third
Coach
baseman.
Mark LaBelle trying out some new looks as that one is hit well into center field. Ranging is the center fielder, Richie, who makes the catch. Unable to tag on the play was Salerno, so it'll be 2 outs with Salerno remaining at second base.
Center fielder number 1, Cameron James.
So that brings Cameron James back up to the plate. Cameron James on the first pitch of his last at-bat crushed one into left field, however, just hooked a little bit foul. Let's see if he can connect with another one here. 2 outs here in the home half of the fourth, 7-0 for the Colts. First pitch outside, taken for ball 1. Cameron James, one of the leaders on this team. Scarborough native, born and raised. 3rd year with the team. The pitch from Gallivan is low for ball 2. In the pen right now for the Centennial Colts, Nathan Chard, the closer, heading back over. Maybe we'll get a little bit of extended relief work this game as James takes strike 1. So we're actually being told that Liam Oates is on a pitch limit today, bringing in the relievers probably soon. I would assume maybe Oates gets one more inning this early in the season.
Yeah, not surprising that he's on a pitch limit, as you mentioned earlier on in the season, but also he played in the first game today. So there was a lot of at-bats in that game for him. So Not surprised that they just want to conserve his arm and potentially pull him early, even though he hasn't given up a hit yet.
1-2 count to James. That one is going to get down into the gap. Could be extra bases. Scoring from second is going to be Salerno. The play into second, it's close. He got the ball. It looked like he might have recorded the tag. However, getting under it was Cameron James with an RBI double here in the fourth, making it 8-0 for the Colts.
Yeah, really nice slide by Cameron James. It looked as though he was able to extend his hand and touch right before the tag was applied.
So after the double by James, it'll be Ethan Ballin back in the box. Ballin had a single his last time up and scored. The first pitch to Ballin is outside. Big secondary lead from second by James. The 1-0 pitch coming from Gallivan. That's a curveball that hits the outside corner. Strike one. These Colts continue to march onwards. A reminder, there is a 10-run mercy rule after 5 innings, as that one is belted to left field. However, under it once again is Richie, who makes the catch in center field, and that's going to end the home half of the fourth. We do, however, have 1 run scored by these Centennial Colts as we head off into the 5th inning now. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Colts Net Live here at Nielsen Park. Zachary Friedman, Riley Mulvihill here for some baseball action. Centennial Colts going up 8-0 after an RBI double by Cameron James in the bottom of the fourth. We now go to the top of the fifth, where Liam Oates is back on the mound for what we believe might be his last inning, as we were notified he is on a pitch restriction this game.
Yeah, we'll see how he handles this inning here, but he's been absolutely dominant so far.
Story of the game has been 12 batters up for the Cougars, 12 batters down. So we will go to the 4, 5, and 6 spots in this Sioux College lineup with Travis Rainey leading off. Rainey struck out in his only other at-bat today in the 2nd inning. Fifth inning underway with ball 1 high. Rainey in game 1 went 0 for 3. So 0 for 4 on the day as he takes ball 2 low, 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch from Oates. That one is belted into right field, but that is going to be caught by the right fielder. That is Riley Briggs in right for the Colts. 1 out here in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, once again, a pretty quick at bat, which has been the story of Oates so far today.
That'll bring up Jordan Ritchie, the center fielder, to the plate. Ritchie's had a busy day in center field, making a lot of good plays out there. Comes into the box for his second at bat, flew out to the right fielder Briggs in the second. The pitch from Oates. Inside, called a strike though. Backing off the plate a bit was Ritchie. However, the ball managed to catch that inside corner. 1-1 pitch from Oates. That one's going to catch the outside corner. Playing on both sides of the plate is Oates to go up 1-2 in the count.
Yeah, he's definitely painting those corners right now.
The 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be called strike 3.
What a great at-bat by Liam Oates. He painted pitches all over the zone, and he was able to strike out Jordan Ritchie.
7th strikeout of the game for Oates. 14 up, 14 down. First pitch to Dylan Rudge, the left fielder, is high and outside for ball 1. Rudge also flying out to the right fielder Briggs in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch. That one is popped up by Rudge. That is up in the air. The shortstop, Nichols, makes the play. That's going to end the top half of the 5th inning. 15 batters are up for the Cougars and 15 batters are down as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be the top of the order, Owen Nichols leading off for the Centennial Colts when we come back. Back at Nielsen Park in Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Sioux Cougars and the Centennial Colts. It is 8-0 now for the Colts as the top of the order will be coming up in the 5th inning here with Owen Nichols up first. Nichols playing shortstop this game. He's played a pretty good shortstop in this game today. He is 2 for 3. Getting on base in the first inning via error with 2 singles. He has scored 3 runs in this one as he comes up in the 5th. It's still Carter Gallivan on the hill for the Cougars.
Yeah, Cougars definitely have used a wide array of pitchers today. I wonder if Gallivan here may take at least this inning and the next, depending on how the score goes. But they may be running out of pitching options.
First pitch taken for a strike by Nichols as the 0-1 pitch comes in. That one is low and outside for ball 1. Count at 1-1. And Riley, of course, if the Colts do manage to put up 2 runs in this inning, that would invoke the mercy rule that the OCAA has. 10-run lead after 5.
And that is a Oh, dropped there by Nordby, and he cannot come up to make the play. So that was a good start for the Colts.
What seems like a very routine play for Nordby just bobbles it a little bit. Nichols gets to first on the error by the shortstop, Nordby. That'll bring up Riley Briggs, the right fielder, who is 2 for 3 in this game. He also has 3 stolen bases, as he will look to do some damage off of Gallivan. He fouls the first one off to the right side. The lefty Briggs stepping in here with an 0-1 count. That pitch is low for ball 2.
So we've just been told that Liam Oates is finished for the day. Not quite sure who's going to come up and throw in relief, but we will tell you that as soon as we know.
Runner was going as a foul ball is hit out of play for strike 2. So that ends Liam Oates' bid for a perfect game today. And I guess now I can say it.
You can
now
say
that he's
yeah.
finished. I'd feel really bad, though, if he did come out for the 6th and then lost it on, like, the first hitter. What would I do to myself?
You were just given flawed information. Not your fault if that's the case.
Throw to first, checking in on Nichols, slides back in safely. Gallivan looking him back. Will deliver to the plate here. Briggs takes it outside. For I believe ball 2, count now 2-2. Pitch from Gallivan, runner going, outside pitch. Ball is taken and getting in there standing with a stolen base. With his 2nd of the day is Owen Nichols.
It's another one for the Colts. They're just piling on those stolen bases.
So the count is full. None out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Gallivan with the payoff pitch. That one is lined into right field. That's going to get down, sending the runner. It's going to be a close play at the plate here with the slide, but he gets in there safely is Nichols. Good slide there to get under the tag. Advancing to 2nd on the throw to the plate is Briggs. It's an RBI single, and now it is 9-0 for the Colts.
Yeah, cutoff man grabbed that one, but made a really strong and hard throw to the catcher, Russell, but he was unable to put down the tag.
So Josh Savoie, who we've been talking about all day, has a chance to essentially end the game here.
He does.
For the Colts. Takes outside ball 1, yes, with the runner on 2nd and Briggs. That would mark the 10th run should he score. And like we mentioned so many times today, the 10-run mercy rule is in effect. The 1-0 pitch from Gallivan. That is a big cut, but he misses at it, was Savoie. Savoie was thinking what we were thinking, ending the game right here and now. Count now 1-1, still none out here in the home half of the 5th. 2nd half of the doubleheader. Colts taking game 1, 8-0. That ball is hit into center field, running in for it and dropping just in front of the center fielder, Ritchie. Another base hit by Savoie. Runners on the corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a long drive home for these Sioux Cougars. So any positives they can take out of today, they can discuss on the way back home. But we are getting closer and closer to a mercy rule here.
So it's now Kevin Akiyama at the plate for the Colts. He's got runners on the corners here and none outs. Surely they can find a way to bring in the runner on third Briggs and end the game as that gets away. Briggs not going, though, on the wild pitch there. However, Savoie able to get to second.
He probably could have tested it, but it was one of those things where it didn't go all the way back to the fence, so it would have definitely been close, so probably a good call.
Gallivan also doing a good job breaking quickly to cover the plate there.
Definitely. Smart base running by your Colts today.
The 0-1 pitch. Gallivan, that is a fly ball to the shortstop. Finding it that time was Nordby. It looked like he wasn't able to see it. Obviously, the sun might be starting to take effect as it moves into its westerly position.
Yeah, more cloud cover now than there even was 15, 20 minutes ago.
Catcher number 29, Robbie Salerno.
So after the pop-up to the shortstop Nordby, it will be Robbie Salerno, who we've been talking about as the Colts hero all day, and he's got a chance to do it again. 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 out here. 9-0. Next run invokes the mercy rule. First pitch is taken high.
Robbie Salerno, we mentioned how great defensively he was in the first game if you were unable to tune in. But he's been, among all the hits and just all of the great stuff we've seen from the Colts today, he has been probably one of the stars.
That ball is taken inside but fouled just on the right side of the bag. Runners will retreat to their bases. 1-1 the count to Salerno. Gallivan out of the windup. That ball is hit foul by Salerno, getting into the trees. That brings the count to 1-2. Salerno now trying with his 2-strike approach to drive in this winning run for the Colts. The pitch. That is outside, but not hitting the corner.
Salerno shook his head no almost immediately.
2-2 the count. Gallivan with the 2-2 pitch. That one is ripped down the right field line, but foul. So Salerno seeing the ball well just a little bit early on these inside pitches. Riley, I think one thing we know from today is everything that Coach Ben Anderson told us about these Colts this year is holding up. Their ability on the base paths, their ability to hit 1 through 9 has just been fantastic today.
Absolutely, and it's not something that he was concerned about walking into this season because he knew his team could hit from last year. He knew his team had some speed, but it was more so them just getting more of it, and they're just plentiful of it this year. So that definitely helps.
Gallivan's pitch is hit into the outfield. That's going to score the 10th run for the Colts. That makes it 10-0 for Centennial. And that will end the game as the mercy rule is invoked. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Robbie Salerno getting the last RBI of the day, as the Centennial Colts go 2-0 in this mini-series against the Sioux Cougars. Sioux falling to 0-4 on the season. The Colts improving to 3-0. And I guess, you know, since the game goes 5, we can kind of say that Liam Oates did throw a perfect game, but not quite. Didn't go the full 7 today. But it was 15 up and 15 down for Centennial today.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us. We've had a lot of fun today, and 2 Centennial wins puts them in great position to start out this season.
Absolutely, 3-0, close to the top or at the top of the OCAA are the Centennial Colts. A hot start for them. This has been Riley Mulvihill. I'm Zach Freeman. For our entire Centennial Colts media team, we wanted to say thank you for tuning in, and tune in for our next edition of ColtsNet Live.
Next game for Centennial Colts comes in Sarnia on Friday. While those Cougars take on the